Hi everyone. Very warm good morning to all of you. We are meeting after a couple of days perhaps, and it was deliberate that I did not do any video in between because there was a certain degree of uncertainty with regard to UPSC examinations, that when UPSC will conduct a prelims and probably when the entire process of examination, not only civil service examination but the entire gamut of UPSC examinations would be held, became a matter of a serious question, rather became a matter of utmost importance of discussion. Today, definitely, my area of interest is certainly not when UPSC will conduct prelims, but I have my instincts. I have my gut intuition regarding the same, that I very strongly feel that even October 4th, the date currently fixed by UPSC, as per its intimation that came around June 5th, probably after convening the director board, convening the official director board meeting of UPSC, let's say around October 4th, that itself may not be a practical idea in the current prevailing scenario of the country. And there are, I repeat again, there are fair chances that the exam would be delayed. There are fair chances that it may be even postponed to December, which is a more sensible idea to conduct an examination, because you know very well that today when I'm talking this, I'm just doing this video on the 19th of November, sorry, the 19th of June, and when right now I am talking this itself, the number of cases in the country is reported roughly around 11,000 a day, and almost we can say that 10,000 casualties unfortunately has happened, and the situation is not at all favorable to conduct an examination maybe in September or even in the beginning of October. So there are fair chances that UPSC may postpone the examination further. But you know very well that indefinite postponement will not help anyone, especially the candidates who have been preparing for this examination at least for the past 1 year. I know many of my students have been preparing for 1 year, and there are people who have been preparing for 2 years. Imagine, not only candidates preparing for 1 year, there are people who have been preparing for 2 years, and the situation is certainly not something very favorable. Today, my interest is certainly not predicting the dates as I did it before, but my focus area, rather, my area of attention would be probably regarding how to gear up yourself for the examination, especially during the lockdown period. We have heard about many untoward incidents happening around us, like a very popular Bollywood actor committing suicide, many people facing depression, issues related to depression, many candidates who are facing an uncertainty with regard to their UPSC preparation. So I feel as a mentor, it is my responsibility to to ensure you people that you should not move downwards. You should not feel yourself down at this stage, because this is certainly a stage which we haven't experienced before. We know very well that we went through many incidents. Some of us would have went in Kerala again. We went through a flood-like incident in 2018 in a heavy manner. 2019 again in a relatively less heavy manner. Again, we are expecting something similar to happen in 20. Let it not happen again. People who are viewing me from other states, they would have experienced drought. Some of them would have equally experienced floods. Some of them would have experienced earthquakes. Many similar incidents you would have experienced. Some of you would have definitely experienced what is the abject poverty. I know very well that many of the candidates who live in difficult situations, I know, I'm aware of all these things. My question or my point of discussion is that COVID, unlike these incidents that happened in one part of the country, is affecting the entire country, is affecting all groups of candidates, not only preparing for UPSC examination, but also those preparing for other competitive examinations like the SSC, the SSB, again the we can say the larger UPSC examination like the EPFO probably, then again other similar examinations conducted by the UPSC, etc., and even those candidates preparing for state PSC examination. Kerala itself, there were candidates who were seriously preparing for Kerala Administrative Service, known as KAS, but even now the valuation is not happening in a proper manner because of the COVID issue. Okay, there is delay, serious delay in ensuring or in conducting the valuation, of course. So again, KS mains also would be eventually delayed. So my point of deliberation today to all my listeners This is not only for Naipunya people, this is for the entire set of candidates preparing for competitive examinations. We are, I repeat, not you, but we, all of us are going through a difficult situation, and in this difficult situation, our true metal has to come out. We know very well that whenever we are facing a difficult situation, we are supposed to depend on different forces around us, maybe our parents, maybe our mentors, maybe a religion, that is God Almighty, of course, whom all of us are dependent, except those people who are agnostics or atheists, definitely. I do respect them too. Again, those people whom we expect can render a helping hand, definitely. At this point of time, since there is an uncertainty with regard to examination, what you should do is very simple. You should actually consider it as an opportunity. Let me underline that point again. You should consider this as an opportunity that you are given some extra time to prepare. This extra time was not available when we were writing our prelims in 2019, in 2018, 2017, of course in 2016. We were supposed to write the exam at least by June. But now the exam is postponed like anything, which means you are given, rather you are guaranteed with an extra amount of time, which is supposed to be an extra amount of hard work. I repeat, an extra amount of hard work which is to be necessitated from your side. My tip of advice to 2020 candidates or preparing for 2020 prelims is that you are supposed to put that extra effort in those areas where you're weak. Imagine there are people who are weak in CSAT, there are people who are weak in analytical ability or mental ability, there may be people who are weak in numerical ability precisely. There may be definitely people who may be weak in English comprehension. This is the moment actually for you to get that extra leverage in CSAT, because CSAT is a qualifying examination. But in one of my previous videos, I stated very clearly that what if the exam becomes tough? There are fair chances that the CSAT paper, which is although a qualifying paper, the level of toughness shall be increased, because out of my analysis, out of Naipunia's analysis from 2017 onwards, this was happening. In 17, the paper was above average. In 18, the paper became good in terms of its toughness. In 19, the paper was definitely tough. Many candidates were complaining that they did not get enough time to write the paper properly. So in 20, there are fair chances that the paper may be super strong. Super strong in the sense the paper may be super tough. So it is your responsibility to ensure that you people are preparing, you people are actually doing the paper, you people are actually engaging yourself with the paper in a proper manner. You people are actually handling the paper in a proper manner. This is very important because otherwise you may be doing paper GS paper 1 very carefully, very efficiently, but only because of CSAT you may lose the examination. You may be having something above cutoff, maybe 120, which is definitely above any cutoff because 200 is the maximum marks in paper 1. But in CSAT, you may be falling short of the required marks to qualify the examination. So you should strengthen yourself in the CSAT part in all these areas I mentioned. Let me repeat: analytical ability, you should do those questions separately. Mental ability, logical reasoning. Now there are no decision making questions. Previously it was there, so you can avoid that area. And finally, almost 28 questions. This is my prediction. 25 to 28 questions will be exclusively, that is 28 into 2.5. You can imagine what is the mark degree. Exclusively from the English comprehension area. So those areas have to be leveraged by you people. Again, once CSAT part is over, you need to actually prepare for mains definitely. As I stated before in one of my previous videos, mains examination will be scheduled very shortly, immediately after the prelims, because of the current situation. You know very well that prelims, if going by plan, will be held on October 4th. Okay, so by November 4th or November 5th, you can say, you can expect the results. Once the results come, without losing any time, UPSC would be scheduling mains examination in December itself, probably by the half of December, to come to finish the whole gamut of exercise by the Christmas holidays, that is around December 21st. So the exam will be scheduled around December 12th. Okay, naturally, continuously exams will be held, and by December 21st, everything including optionals will be conducted, including your essay paper will be conducted. Naturally, you just have 1 month in hand to prepare once your prelims results come. Many candidates will not start serious preparation because they are unsure about their prelims results. Only those people who are sure about their prelims results would prepare in an appropriate manner. So within the short span of time, you have to gear up yourself for your mains examination, which may not be very easy in the current scenario. So my token of advice to all candidates, my token of advice in this video to all candidates is that you have two duties at task at hand. Number one, make yourself sure that you clear CSAT examination with a good margin. Imagine you require 67 marks to clear out of 200. You're not supposed to score something around 70. Make it sure that you get a mark roughly around 90, because there may be many questions which are too close, the options are too close, you may lose. Naturally, the marks may come down, negative marking may increase. So then only you can leverage it something between 70 and 75 probably. So 90 should be your target. That is a sensible, healthy and fair, and of course a dynamic target. Other than CSAT again, your mains should be your target. Now, you can prepare for GS paper for your ethics paper. You can cover ethics paper substantially. You can read. There are a number of good ethics books available. There are a number of ethics areas that are generally available. Since the syllabus is with you, you can read the ethics paper clearly. You can also read along with your prelims area. Since your prelims preparation has reached an optimum point, along with your prelims areas, those areas which are relevant for mains. Let me familiarize yourself with those areas. My last task today. Of course, in Indian Constitution and Polity, GS paper 2 comes to the picture. Majority of the areas are discussed in Lakshmikant. Lakshmikant along with DD Basu plus your own class notes or personal notes is sufficient for GS paper 2 mains. Again, coming to GS paper 1. History, everything is discussed. World history is discussed. Only post-independent India is left. So till post-independent India, leave post-independent India, you can read again. Environment and ecology, that comes in GS paper 1. You can read substantially. You can cover areas substantially. That is possible. Again, because you already covered environment for your prelims. Read it from the mains point of view. Take the main syllabus. Identify the major environmental issues happening around you. Connect the main syllabus with those issues and read that area too. Then what is left is only geography. Geography again you already did. Physical geography, human geography and Indian geography precisely. So that is only required for mains. So again geography part can be revised. Now only the current affair area is left. Current affair area has to be read further. Okay, this is a serious question. Up to what extent you should read current affair? That I will be discussing in my next video. But this is my general advice to candidates. Don't feel depressed. I am with you. Naipunya is definitely there to support you. You're supposed to start your work right now. Again, my last piece of advice to candidates for preparing for 2020. You have a golden opportunity, since unlike we people who prepared earlier for the exam as a beginner, of course, you're getting more time. You're getting 3-4 months extra. So use that time properly so that you can ensure you're putting your best. Thank you.